Hello there, Ray here, and the 1.13 Aquatic Update pre-release 8 is available. This one comes with some new features as well as many bug fixes. And as you guys probably know, we're at pre-release 8, which is a new record for the amount of pre-releases that have ever occurred in Minecraft snapshots. This just shows to me that they are dedicated into fixing bugs before putting out the full release. So just be patient because they said the full release is coming out this Wednesday. They added a new block into the game, and that is dead coral fans. You can see them here. Essentially, this is if you have a type of fan, and then you would place it down in a location where there is no water. And just like the coral blocks, after a little while, it will update and die. And you can see all the different variations of them. This also means that you can place down fans not only on the side of things, look like this. They won't start out with any water in them, but as long as they're touching water on the edges, they won't die. And then you can always come in with your water bucket and you can place some water inside of them and waterlog them. And the fans can also be placed on top of blocks so they face upwards. Now the other variant of the corals, like this one here, still cannot be placed on dry land and still needs to have a water source to be placed down. They added a new tag called impermeable to blocks that don't allow droplets to come out the bottom of them. So as you can see, all these allowing water to fall through them, but this here is glass. In the top right hand corner, you can see it says Minecraft impermeable. That just means that no water will be able to seep through it. So they fixed a bug where if you had nothing in your main hand and something offhand, you try to place it down, it wouldn't be able to be placed down, and you can see that's fixed, but they didn't fix the main issue, which is if you have something in your main hand which cannot be placed down, and you have something in your offhand which can, such as torches. I could easily place torches down my feet, right? When I right click, it doesn't allow me to do this, so they still need to fix this bug, and I will link it down in the description. There was some changes done to sticky pistons, and during that process they accidentally made it so that when a piston would pull away from a water source like this, it would not update it, so therefore it would not flow outwards, but they have now fixed this back again. And they fixed it so sticky pistons can no longer pull glazed terracotta similar to 1.12. There was a bug where double chests, when placed together like this, would then separate once you place some redstone underneath of them. They said they fixed the jitteriness when moving forward with the sprint key in shallow water, and that might be fixed, but there is still this here that if you also try to run on top of the water, you can see how my guy kind of lunges and how my FOV, my field of view kind of changes really quickly when I get to the top of the water, like when I'm trying to stand on top of the water. And I think they should change this because it's really annoying, plus in 1.12 that is not the case. The bark block's name was changed a couple snapshots back. Now they're called wood, so all these are called wood. And you see the different variations of them. And then when they come to the strip ones, they also call them strip oak wood. And the problem was when people had the old names, they weren't upgrading to the new names through the versions, and they have now fixed this. The name bark block really didn't fit, so it kind of makes nice sense that they have switched over to using the word wood, since wood is like a generalization of what's going on here, just a big chunk of wood. And yeah, this one just says bark on, this one's just been stripped. One thing I do want to complain about this is where they located in the creative menu. You notice how they got all the stripped logs first, and then they got all the stripped wood next. I think they should go like did similar to how they did this, where they did the logs that have bark on it, then do the stripped variations, then switch and do the wood with the bark on it, then switch and do wood with the bark stripped from it. And that way it's not so confusing because they got all these lined up really close to each other. They fixed a bug with beacons. Being a full beacon, we're not giving some effects or giving some effects wrongly. So but now you can see they fixed this, so I can get like the strength as well as the regeneration, and you can see I'm getting both of them as well. They said they fixed a bug to do with mobs not being able to spawn on top of blocks that are near a new subchunk. So here you can see there is some blocks, and the blue line is the division line. So down here is the bottom subchunk, and above it is a top subchunk. And you can see these blocks are bordering it. And these blocks are clearer than the top one, therefore mobs are spawning on top of it. And they said they fixed this, but it appears that there's no mobs spawning over on top of this where there should be. And over here there is, because it's clearly inside of the same chunk as it. They also said that they fixed it so that mobs will no longer spawn above the world border. So essentially if you had a block here, the mobs wouldn't be able to spawn on top of that block. And I believe them because this is still the case where mobs don't be able to spawn into the next subchunk. So unless they fix that one, we won't know if this is really fixed or not. They fixed an annoying bug that if you would break a block, it wouldn't update its light until you broke another block beside it. Now when you upgrade your 1.12 worlds, you can see how slow it takes for the world to load. It's actually very slow. You can see my frames per second are quite low as well. But the bug I want to show you is that you can currently see the sky right now, and right here it says light is 15, and 15 is coming from the sky, and there's 0 light coming from blocks. Notice as soon as I go underneath of the slabs that I put down in 1.12, looking good, all of a sudden it says my skylight is 15, or it says my total light is 15, but my sky goes to 0. So yeah, it's all 0 down here. And eventually you get to the center, then it switches from 15 to 0. It's quite strange. I'm not sure if that's just visual or if that really does actually affect stuff underneath of it. But if you would move up close to the slabs, notice that it's normal. It goes from a high number towards the edge and slowly goes down to 0. And if you would go over here and you would break a block and update it, then it would fix it so that it's the same. And this is something they should fix, otherwise this is going to like break a lot of people who have large amounts of slabs that are covering up light down below. It looks like it has to do something with the sections or the sub-chunks of the chunk itself. So you can see this blue line, this is a new one above me, and below this blue line is a old one. You notice that when I'm up in this one, the same one as the slabs are in, it looks fine, saying it's 14, but as soon as I duck underneath of this blue one, you see it switches over to 0. So it might be something that the light is not updating into different sub-chunks. They fixed a minor bug to do with the locate command. It was just not giving off the right distance to the actual location, so I just plugged in the location for the mansion. Mansions are usually pretty far away, so it takes a little while for them to find them, but yeah, here it says it is about 7,600 meters away, and we were near 0, 0, so yeah, it's about right. There was a bug where the game was placing in large ferns everywhere the game should normally have small ones, but now you can see this is fixed since we got some little ones here generated in a taiga biome. Something I forgot to mention in my previous snapshot review is that when you use the F3 screen, not only can you look at blocks as well as fluids, but you can also look at entities. As you can see in the top right hand corner, we can get the block that I'm pointing at if it's behind this entity. So there's actually a grass block behind there. Then if there's a fluid, it'll tell me about that, and it'll even tell me what entity I'm pointing at, which is this sheep here. And there are some also minor changes that they did to do with text and other stuff like that. If you want to check those out, I'll link them down in the description. But for the most part, it seems like they are done fixing the different bugs that occur in 1.13, although there is still many left. I think one of the big ones that they should concentrate on is the big difference between the lag between 1.12 and 1.13. In general, 1.13 is just extremely more laggier than any 1.12 world. So I think that should be their next big goal to go after. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and you guys found this interesting. Show me a like and share this with others. And if you'd like to see more 1.13 content as well as cool things I discover in it, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell button. And if you know of any annoying bugs that are still in the 1.13 snapshots, go ahead and tell me down in the comments. Bye-bye!